Gaming has fallen. The last stand against the bugs left most of us scouring the rubble for answers. How to rebuild. How to redeem ourselves. Only one game could show us the path.
Cyberpunk 2077 at launch seemed to be another example of releasing a product that wasn't ready, hoping that the fan base would stick it out.
I have to include here our amazing players. They've been with us throughout the whole journey, gave us feedback, made funny memes.
Aside from bugs, there's some other glaring abnormal stuff, but I actually like Cyberpunk 2077 when it works.
Jeez, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just gonna leave and I'm gonna watch the new Edge Runners anime.
Oh, they made an anime? I gotta check that out.
But somehow, several years later, it is a well-liked and respected game with very positive reviews, both recently and overall.
If we're going to save gaming and restore it back to its former glory, we need to understand how Cyberpunk pulled off one of gaming's biggest redemptions.
It's 2019, and you stop watching Fortnite montages to check on the E3 stream, where gaming history is going down.
Please welcome Keanu Reeves.
I gotta talk to you about something. Check this out. Yeah.
Under all of its roughness, I can see what they were going for, and maybe one day it will in fact be fully realized.
The game had CDPR in recovery mode, and they start throwing out patches as quickly as they could. The co-founder of CD Projekt Red releases a video addressing the many very obvious issues with the game's launch. But to everyone's surprise, people are still upset. The game is going down the drain. But having Keanu as part of its image assured the public that the game they were promised may not be entirely out of reach.
Motion capture, baby. Johnny Silverhand.
While some people might still be holding on to hope for the future of the game, the corporations are pulling the plug. So remember that video that CDPR's founder sent out, apologizing for the launch? Well, it mentions their plans for the future, a few updates down the line and some DLC content later. But scrolling down on the video reveals something interesting. Nearly every interaction with the video from the time it came out was negative. It was angry or making fun of the company. But more recently, the tables have nearly completely turned. Like here, take a look at this comment. Obviously something changed. If the game was in development for about 8 years, why on earth didn't the devs just wait for it to release in a better state? Well, apparently the game already rushed itself to shelves because of the board of directors and other officials over at CDPR going, oh, this game right here? Yeah, this one with the unfinished animations and abysmal console support? Yeah, just throw that out there for the gamers to enjoy. They'll eat it up. Not only was the management of the game horrible, but there was more than enough pressure on the devs to release the game because of the millions of dollars they had received from the Polish government to research for the game. Anyways, this apology was a great way to publicly draw a line in the sand and say, you know what? We messed up, and we know it. But look here. Here's a ton of new content and a huge DLC in the future. Just give it the teensy-weensy more time to finish, and you can get something that's like 80% of what we showed in the trailers. I was going to talk about how the game was fixed, but honestly, I can't really tell you how the game is beyond what I've seen in other videos. I've been playing a lot of games on the good old reliable Xbox One, and I've been totally content with this for many years. I even boot up the 360 occasionally to play something I miss. Because of this, I can see very clearly which games are made for what sort of console, and whether or not a game should be played on last or current gen. Cyberpunk is a current gen game, but I am still really annoyed that the newest content is stuck behind an entire console generation gap. I've been replaying Cyberpunk on my Xbox One for years, and I know for a fact that CD Projekt could have added some, if not all of the new updates on the last gen console. Even if it's sucking the soul out of my graphics card, I would still want to have the same stuff that's available on other consoles. This being said, it would obviously look way better on a newer console, but I can play Red Dead 2 on the Xbox One and it looks better than most other games I own. Regardless of my never-ending qualms with the price of consoles these days, a lot of people have bought them, and a lot of people have played the new versions of the game. The Steam reviews, once a deep chasm of very angry, very sweaty people, much like myself, is now filled with the most sweet of phrases for game companies. It's very rare that a film adaptation of a game goes well for anyone. The best part of such an adaptation is usually seeing it advertised like crazy, then the next day it's sitting at the bottom of some Netflix homepage going, please don't leave. But sometimes, a game company will pull through and produce something, at most, just mildly entertaining. Even rarer does it happen when a company makes something that's not just actually entertaining, but also just So now, we have this list of things to do to save a game. So if this ever happens to you, you'll know what to do.